I think that she is being pulled by him because he's completely and totally using her to his advantage and to
Hmm.
try to get as close as Peacemaker and seek that revenge that he's after so badly.
Welcome back to the ScreenCrush Crossover Universe podcast. I am a very lucky person. I get to be here with my co-host, Heather Antos.
And I'm even luckier because I'm here with my co-host, Ryan Airy. Ryan, how the heck are you?
I'm great, Heather. It's okay. So we haven't done this for about a month, and
Correct.
it's my fault because I've been going through a lot of the good stuff. I moved. The store moved to a different location. Doug is overwhelmed by the entire experience.
The setup looks the same though, so good job on that.
Well, the setup is the same, but actually here at the channel, we've got some stuff planned. I can't talk about it yet. We're doing a live show at Comic-Con.
Heard of it?
On October 10th at City Winery. Yep. And we're doing, actually, you and I are going to do a panel the day before. Where is that going to be at?
We're still nailing down the location. We're talking with a couple different venues right now. But yeah, you and I, along with previous podcast guest Patrick Willems, along with just all-around geek culture enthusiast Angelique Roche, are going to be doing a panel all about the current streaming success of YouTube. So that should be a lot of fun.
We're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what the topic was till you said it just now.
Oh,
yeah. And then the next day we're doing City Winery, and we're still planning that show. But after that, we've got some wicked stuff planned for the channel. I can't talk about it, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Moving's tough. We moved to a different state.
Especially if you haven't moved in a while. Like if you've accumulated a lot of stuff, it gets real hard.
And bought a house, the whole bit. But get this, I totaled it up and I'm trying to sell them on Facebook Marketplace. 130 boxes.
Oh my God.
Which have a street value, according to Home Depot, of over $300.
And I'm trying to... True.
Well, if you buy them new, it is, and they've been used once, so I'd appreciate. I can't give these things away, and I have 17 bags of packing paper from because we paid guys to come in and pack for us, so it's insane. But the hardest thing, you've moved recently too. Do you have cats?
I do not. I'm actually very allergic to cats. So
I feel both bad for you and I'm happy for you, because when you move with cats, their world is raw. You can't move a piece of furniture without a cat going, "This is the most amazing thing ever. What has happened to this piece of furniture? Why is it different?" But when you move house with cats, oh my God, man, it was like a week of having a newborn baby, because they would hide until the night when they would just meow, meow, meow. But they're finally good. They're chill. We can't let them outside, which is a bummer. But I'm going to build them a catio.
Ooh.
Which I'm excited for. I get to do a little DIY project.
You're so suburban now. You're so suburban.
I know. It's all about raising the value of the home, which unfortunately is still surrounded by a video store that I'm stuck in eternally with my manager, Doug. But what's new with you? What's been is it convention season still? What's going on?
Yeah. I have 4 more conventions left for the year.
Wow.
But never fear. I've locked in 14 for next year already. So it never ends. I'm very tired.
Wow.
No, it's been great. Yeah. If anyone's been following me on social media, I've been all over the place. Toronto, Boston, I'm trying to think, everywhere. I've been everywhere.
It's enough for you to do as a full-time job, and yet you have this entire other full-time job.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it. No, it's been really, really good. On top of that, I think it'll still be going when this airs. So if anyone wants to check it out, I did just do a cover for a comic that's on Kickstarter right now called Funeral Home, where it's all about assassins who use a funeral home as their cover. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so
makes sense. Actually, it's giving people ideas right now as they watch and listen to this.
Yeah, so if you're a comics fan, definitely check that out on Kickstarter right now. Super fun.
Here's a fun thing about the area where I live now, and I'm not going to say the name of this place because we're working out maybe a deal, but there's an actual video store.
They still
10 minutes from where I
exist?
live. There's one. It's a nonprofit, and they do live events and stuff. So I popped in. I was like, maybe I'll do something here. And they were like, that'd be kind of fun. So I might actually do mini live events there and just become a member and support if you have a video store in your area, I highly recommend that you support them as best you can. So yeah, it's been a lot of stuff. We're covering so much stuff right now.
Yeah.
Alien, Peacemaker, Gen V. Gen V is amazing, by the way. Do you watch it?
I do not. No, I've had to cut back and limit how much I watch as it comes out, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
I save certain things. The Boys and Gen V are one that I save for like when the season ends, and then I just watch it all.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I just started watching The Pit, and that first episode was really hard to
It's
watch.
really
I
good.
don't know if I got super emotional like in the last 5 seconds of
Yeah.
the first episode, and I don't think I should watch that show before bed. It's amazing, but like you really need to check it out. And I'm really one of my favorite shows right now is the follow-up to Superman and the precursor to Superman Man of Tomorrow, which is Peacemaker. And I cannot believe we have the guest that we have today. Every time we get a big guest, I'm always like, do you understand what show you're on? But this one I'm pretty excited about. So our guest today is an actor, a model, a dancer, a singer, and one of the stars of the Nickelodeon Latin America show, blockbuster show Grachi. And it's about a teenage witch in a high school. She co-starred with the great Susan Lucci before playing a pivotal character in Picard Season 2, which is near and dear to our hearts, as Dr. Teresa Ramirez. And now, fans of this channel will recognize her as Argus agent and badass cyborg, Sasha Bordeaux. And here she is.
Hello.
Sol Rodriguez, how are you?
Hi, guys. I'm good.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So, what are you watching right now? Do you even have time to watch? Or are you too busy?
I'm re-watching Arrested Development.
Nice.
Ah, so good.
Yes.
So
I
good.
love that show.
Are you also rewatching the last 3 seasons that were on Netflix?
Everything. Yes.
Okay.
Everything.
So here's a question for you. I watched the seasons 4 and 5 when they came out. I was underwhelmed by it. Then they went back and they recut it. So each episode wasn't about a person. And I think that's the version that's online now.
Yep.
And little fashion, I never finished season 6, I don't think, of that show. And which is hard to believe. Heather, what are your thoughts on Arrested Development, those last 3 seasons?
I love Arrested Development. I don't think I don't dislike the final 3 seasons as much as the rest of the world does. I think just because I'm so in love with those characters and the dynamics. I do agree that it is a different vibe and different feeling from the original run, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. I still enjoyed to have the time to spend with that family. Yeah, and I don't know, give me the 20-year reboot of that as well.
I know. I would love that.
Do you have a favorite episode or scene, or what's your go-to quote for that?
I mean, for Arrested Development in general, it's always the "what's a banana cost? $10." Like it's always I quote that at least once a week.
Yeah.
Right now, I am where Tobias got the hair transplant and he's sick in a wheelchair because he won't take the hair plugs off.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I love it so much. That's what I want
Mine
to remember.
that I use this on the channel all the time. When Tom Jane is an actor, he's playing himself being a construction worker who's doing research on a role. So Michael is trying to get them to build this house. He's telling everybody where things go. And Tom Jane out of nowhere says, I just want my kids back. So anytime we ever cover a show or a movie where a character is trying to get custody of their child, I always work in that cutaway clip.
Amazing.
It gets me every single time. I absolutely love it. I do
And
have
the
it
thing
here.
is that
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
rewatching it again and I catch jokes
Yeah.
and nuances that I didn't the first 3 times that I watched the show.
Yep. So you have
Well,
to
there's
always
these-
rewatch it. That's why you always have
And there's
to
all
rewatch
these
it.
details. Like, okay, so Buster loses a hand, right?
Yes,
And the
of
episodes
course.
leading up to him losing the hand, there's all these hints, right? So he's on a bench that says Army something, but where he's sitting, it
Yes.
makes it look like it reads arm off, right? Or there's all these references to Lucille, which is foreshadowing
Lucille,
the
the
loose
Lucille.
seal that eats his hand. Like there's
Yes.
so many things. And Charlize Theron, her whole
Oh my
arc.
God,
Oh my
her
God. I
art.
just
Oh,
yes.
let's
Just
listen to
finished her
young
arc.
people music.
Oh my gosh.
Hot potato, hot potato.
She's
Hot potato, hot potato.
such an icon. Such an icon.
It's such a great show.
That's
If
the
any,
thing
I
about
mean,
the show that they have Liza Minnelli, Charlize Theron. Like what?
Yep.
yeah, because they all wanted to be in it. And
Yep.
then you look at, I mean,
Amazing.
obviously everybody's big now, but even just getting, the actor who played George Blues and Lucille, like they're all
Right.
They were all, at the time so up and coming, but you look at all the people in career, it's just an amazing show.
Carl
It's an amazing
Weathers,
show.
no,
Yeah.
it's too.
R.I.P. Yeah, but he was great in that. And he played a kind of a weird version of himself where Carl Weathers was always a really savvy actor. And he was always really good at negotiating. Like he wasn't featured in the montage in one of the Rocky movies because he wanted too much money. So the fact that he willingly played this cheapskate, baby, you got a stew going when he holds that bone up. It's
Every
just
time there was a bone,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my God.
so perfect. Are you enjoying watching Peacemaker as it unfolds live in front of you, like getting to see it completed?
I am. I have a watch party at my apartment alone every single Thursday because I'm nervous to watch it.
Wait, alone? You don't have people
Yes.
over?
No,
Aw.
because several reasons. One, I'm nervous to see, how it came out together in post and what everything looks like. And second, people talk.
Yeah.
People talk a lot. And then if you're talking, you miss jokes, you
Yeah.
miss things. So you can't be like telling people to shut up because you invite them over.
I mean, you can.
I mean, yes, but then they're not having, they talk. They
Yeah.
talk a lot. And I want to watch it in silence so I can
Well,
hear it.
you have to establish boundaries right away on the first watch party. Like at Game of Thrones watch parties, I would tell them beforehand, no talkie, and they'd show up and I'd be that guy, I'd shush, and then they got the message.
Do you know what? I need to do that, yeah.
I was gonna say, so when the episode airs, is that your first time getting to see it?
It's not.
Okay.
But, because I have them. But it's my first time watching it off the HBO app.
Okay.
It's my first time watching it with the rest of the world.
Right.
So it's like a different experience.
Do you follow
So-
along with like people posting live, like live tweeting
do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do follow along to see, if they're laughing, what they think of the character. Because I'm new, so you're reading for the first time what they think about you. So
So are you on like social media the whole time?
I'm
Like
not
following
the
what
whole
people are saying?
time.
Okay.
I go on Threads.
Just your scenes.
after. What's that?
Just your scenes. Just when you're on
just my
screen. Yeah.
scenes. I go on Threads. Sometimes I have friends that send me TikToks, but I try not to see TikTok because people are ruthless. On the comments, they'll tell you like things that you might not want to know. But on Threads, they're pretty nice. So I'm on Threads mostly,
Okay.
reading comments. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a Reels guy myself. It's fun if you cater each algorithm to different things. Like if I go on, say, like Instagram, it's all home improvement stuff. And if I go on Facebook, it's all, I'm so old. If I go on the Facebook, as we called it in 2004, then it's, it's all like movie clips and things like that. And TikTok is where I go for my toxicity. So there you go.
It is
You're getting-
curated. I feel like every social media has their own thing going on now. It's separated. Yes.
Yeah. According to what you watch on it. TikToxicity. I like that.
I like that's good.
So-
Toxicity.
yeah,
Yeah,
TikTokicity.
coined here.
There you go.
Some writer at the
trademark
Atlantic
that.
is like,
Trademark that
jotting
right
that
now.
down right now. Right. Done. So I do want to talk about Peacemaker. I've just finished episode 5 where we get a big reveal about you that we'll talk about in a second. But first, I kind of want to backtrack and talk about your career because you've had a really interesting trip that I kind of touched on. You got your big break in 2010 or maybe 2009 is when you were cast on a Nickelodeon Latin America show called Grachi. And I was telling you earlier, I'd actually heard of this because I knew kids from Miami, Spanish-speaking kids who loved that show. And so they would come to the video lab where I worked to like illegally watch copies of it because you couldn't, it was hard to find in the United States.
You couldn't. Yeah.
So you were pretty young and you were a child actor before that, right? So you've been performing since what age?
So I started doing commercials when I was 10. But like that's just like fun and games, like you go there and they tell you, "Oh, play with this ball." And you're playing with this ball and is that really like I don't count that as I've been acting since I was 10.
Okay.
I feel like I started TV acting with like lines and doing things at 19, which it was right before Grachi. Grachi was 2010. I was 20, but I looked 12. It's just like
Okay, yeah.
it's a little weird. But I started at 20, at 19, I'm sorry, doing soap operas. And then at 20, I landed at Grachi, which was a main role. But I've been in front of the camera maybe since I was 10.
And I also was hearing that you were a singer and a dancer and you kind of like became the sort of triple threat along the way. Is that true too?
I mean, no, not really. I like
Okay,
my
that's a lie
dad
then.
is my dad is a singer. Wait, what was that?
Ryan
No,
said
I
he
said then
lied. He lied then.
then I heard lies. No, your dad was a singer. What
You
kind of
heard
music?
lies
Yeah.
because my dad is a singer and a musician. I dabble into like I've had projects where they made me sing. Like Grachi, I had to sing. We did we did musical theater. We did like live shows all throughout Mexico and Argentina, and we put together like a musical. A company put together for us a musical, and we traveled Mexico and Argentina with it. But I'm
Cool.
not a singer, and I love dancing. I've been dancing since I was little. I started off with ballet, then I did flamenco, salsa, bachata, a little bit of like jazz in high school, but like never professional, either of them. So no, I'm focused on acting, and that's what I think I'm the best and I have the most fun with.
I definitely want to ask you about the Peacemaker dance a little bit later on. But do you miss live performing like in front of an audience?
It was amazing. It was such a surreal experience. We did so many shows. Like looking back, I can't believe we did that. It's it was really fun. Uh we did a bunch of shows in Mexico and people really, really enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. It feels like a different lifetime. It's so crazy. It was really fun, yes.
Is that something you'd ever want to go back to? Like, come do some Broadway or anything like that?
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to. I don't have a Broadway voice though.
You can.
Like that's
They do
not
plays. They do acting.
Yes.
So
I would
yeah.
love to do plays for sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Grachi too was not just a huge show in popularity, which it was massive, but you guys, I had to double check this. You did 200 episodes in 3 years.
It's wild. That's wild.
Did you have a childhood at that point? I mean, you were 20, but like, did they let you out? That's insane. What a workload.
No. And when we talk about it with my castmates, we're still friends, and when we talk about it, it was brutal. So we did 205 episodes, and we thought that was normal. And we did 17 hours
Gosh.
of filming, and we thought that was normal.
Which kind of
We
is,
worked
but
Saturday and Sundays, and we thought it was normal. We didn't know better. That's the thing. And then we
wow.
look back and we're like, yeah, they abused us. But it was a boot camp of acting, a boot camp of learning things on set.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was not. And the pay.
Well,
Yeah.
I do want to get to Star Trek and some other stuff. I know I know people who watch this are probably waiting to hear about Peacemaker and stuff. I do want to ask one question. So your character on the show, Mercedes, she never got to use magic, right? Her best
No.
friend got to use magic. Her boyfriend used magic. Did that ever bum you out? Did you ever like press the writers like, hey, can I do like, what's the deal there? That doesn't seem
I
fair.
know. But the thing is that it did bum me out. I wanted to be a witch so bad, but because I grew up with Sabrina, and I wanted to be just like her.
Yeah.
But I was what they called a guardian. So it had witches and guardians.
Right.
So I was a guardian that took care of witches and like went to a council of witches and like kind of like report things that witches were doing wrong. So I was that character. So I was never gonna have powers.
Well, so what I'm hearing is in 5 years, it's going to be the 20th anniversary. We need to bring it back, do a reunion where Mercedes is suddenly a witch.
Done.
I would love that.
It's going to happen. This is the age of reboots. They are going to approach you guys, but now
You
you're
know
going to come
what?
armed with agents who like are going to tamp
Wait.
down your schedule.
They approached us for a movie with the entire cast
No way.
right before COVID. We all said yes.
Oh my gosh.
We agreed on contracts. We were about to sign them, and
And then everything shut down.
COVID happened and it fell apart. We all have said yes. We were so excited to see each other again,
gosh.
to go back to that storyline. But we were going to play adult versions, just like iCarly,
Yeah,
yeah.
these reboots.
Yeah.
We were so excited, you guys, and it fell apart. And now that you're saying the 20th anniversary, I'm gonna text.
I'm
the
gonna
writer
say,
and see-
poke that
Yeah.
bear. Poke that bear.
It is funny you say you were going to play adults when, so 2019
When you
COVID,
were
the show
adults.
ended in 2013. So it would be 6 years later. So you would be like, it seems like the end of Harry Potter when they slapped old age makeup on the cast and said
I
they're in
know,
their 40s
yes.
now,
Yes, you're old now. Yeah, you wore a pantsuit or something. I don't know what they did when they looked. They think they put a blazer on them.
A
and they were
mustache.
like, you're
Just
adults.
like, yeah.
A mustache and a blazer. Yes.
It's always women always get short hair, right? They always give them
Yes.
like short
Yeah.
hair.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So I did notice, again, we are going to get to Picard and especially Peacemaker in a second, but I got to ask, I was going through your IMDb, you worked a lot actually over the years, but you also worked on a Lifetime series that starred Susan Lucci.
Oh my God.
Did you have scenes with her?
Of course.
What was she like?
She was everything you would imagine. She's like ethereal. She like floats into the trailer. You don't hear her. She's just like shows behind you, and you're like, Susan Lucci, hi, good morning. She is beautiful inside out. She's ethereal, and it was Devious Mates. I played
Yes.
Rosalind Sanchez's daughter. The cast of like full Latinas. It was amazing, and I'm also a fan of Scrubs.
I love Scrubs, yeah.
I know, and they're doing a reboot.
Yeah.
Or like yeah.
Which I'm pretty excited about.
I'm
I think
really
it
excited.
seems
I'm
like it's got a
looking
good team
forward to it.
behind it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The whole cast was amazing. My whole experience was the greatest. And it was my very first, I think I had done, like a couple of indie films before that. So it was my very first like Hollywood experience, series regular, part of a cast, part of a fun show with a solid fan base. It was a really fun experience. Yeah, I have the greatest memories from there.
So
And now the first time I remember actually seeing you in something was Picard season 2, which we covered every season on the show. We had to, long story short, we didn't cover every episode of Picard, but I really loved that season. More than season 1. Now, for me, though, your character was so important because when you have the space stuff going on and time travel, and Picard season 2 had loads of really high concept stuff with the Borg and had a lot of Star Trek coming in. Your character, Dr. Teresa Ramirez, grounded that series and grounded Rios's arc and showed like the real human reality of what was happening in Los Angeles at that time. And I thought you did a great job bringing her to life. Were you aware of Star Trek much before that, or how did that casting come about?
I was not. No, let me say that again. I was aware of Star Trek, of course, absolutely. But I had never seen shows or movies. I knew of it. I think, how did I come? I auditioned for the role. Never in a million times thought I was gonna get it.
Did you know it was for Star Trek when you auditioned? Because I know sometimes they don't always tell you what you're auditioning for.
I did know. Yes, I did know. And because I didn't know, I was like, I'm not getting this. Like, there's no way. I did know. I just didn't know, I think, that I was gonna work maybe with Sir Patrick. Maybe I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
and
thought
you
I was
did.
gonna have,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
I brought him to life.
You did.
you did.
Kind of important.
In his android body.
Just saying.
Terry Metalis is a friend of the show. He's going to come on. I think he's going to be our next guest. And I said, you were coming on. He's like,
Awesome.
what? No way. And he was really thrilled to hear we were talking to you.
He was very sweet to me the entire time that I was on the show. Yeah.
It would be so awkward if he wasn't. If you were like, he's a monster. I can't abide that man's memory at all. I'm really glad to hear he was nice.
He was very nice, very welcoming, very nice, yes.
He seems like the kind of person who is great with actors. Like every cast he's had, it seems like he builds like a theater troupe around him, which is really cool.
Yes, I felt very welcome in that show.
And so you had that scene with Sir Patrick. And what was he like on set and with that role? And what was shooting that like?
It was a great experience. The only thing is that it was during COVID, so we couldn't like be close to each other. We had like plexiglasses, masks all the time, and I hate that because through a mask he's just like, oh, hi, how are you, nice to meet you. You can't see the smile, you can't see the warmth, so like, that was a little annoying, but it was a great experience. All my scenes were the majority with Santiago, which was such a sweetheart.
Great
I loved
actor.
working with him.
He did great work
such
in
an
that
amazing
series.
actor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And this is a thing that happened with him. He did a movie, a Chilean movie, maybe like 25, 30 years ago, something like that, when he was very, very young. And he's one of my favorite Spanish-speaking movies of all time, La vida de los peces, the fish life. I don't know if that's how it's translated, but the life of the fish or the fish life, something like that. La vida de los peces. And I'm sitting with him before our very first scene, and we're sitting next to each other waiting for like the lights to be fixed or something. And I'm like, so you're Chilean, I'm Argentinian. have you been to Argentina? And we're talking. I'm like, I just have to say, there's this Chilean movie that I really love. It's called The Life of Fish. It changed my life. I cried so much. And he's looking at me, and I'm like, and I loved it. And it was amazing. And he goes, I'm the lead on that movie, right? And I was like, it's you,
Oh
Santiago.
my
Wait,
gosh.
it's you.
Oh,
And then I
no.
go
I
to
have
my
to look this
phone.
up now.
And
Please, I go to my
wait.
phone.
Did you double check in front of him to be like, I think it's not you? Is that why you looked at your phone?
No. When he tells me that, I look at him for a couple of seconds, like my face dropped. I grab my phone, I Google it, and it's him, and I never put two and two together.
Wait, but why? Did he have a mask on? Was it facial hair, different
No,
haircut?
I just didn't realize it was him.
But
Are you looking at it,
I
Heather?
am.
I want to hear why this movie is so special, but first I do want to point out I have a condition called celebrity blindness. I could
Maybe
I
have
could
it.
see you in the street. We've met, we've talked. I would not know you. And I walked right by Ewan McGregor once in Times Square. He was showing his child a horse. That doesn't seem right because the horse wouldn't be in Times Square, but we walked by him, and then my in-laws said, that was Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I was like, what? No, how I cover Star Wars for a living. I did not see him. The only celebrity I've ever seen in public and noticed, and this has happened twice, was John Lithgow, because he's 9 feet tall.
Yep.
I can't see celebrities in public.
Ewan McGregor wasn't wearing robes. I get it. I get why you didn't.
Right.
You didn't.
Yeah, and it was winter. He was bundled up, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
I didn't notice him. Yeah, so I understand where you're coming from with
I would
that.
say Santiago, but like he looks so different, like in that movie.
Okay.
I can see he's so much younger. I can see
No facial hair,
no
right? He
facial
has no
hair. The
facial
hair is a
hair.
little different.
A baby, the hairs are different. Now he has full facial hair, curls going on.
I'll give it to you.
He does look very different.
Yeah, he does look very different.
Okay.
But I have to ask, so this movie changed your life. I'm always in the mood for a life-changing movie. What is it about it? Like, was it an early influence? Did it make you want to act? What's going
Yes.
on?
So it's a movie that it happens in the span of one night, and it's about these two uh protagonists, the girl and Santiago, and they have a romance that is an impossible romance because of all this life. It's a very grounded, very rich, very like romantic, just very honest and genuine movie. It's brilliantly written and directed by the director that I follow on Instagram, and now I forgot his name. But it's just very like, it's insane because so it's in the span of a night, and is when they see each other for the first time after he had to go abroad to pursue his dream. She stayed back, couldn't go with him, and they have both separate lives, and they come together this one night over a friend's birthday, and it's just the first time they see each other, and it has this element of a little bit of a, like, the Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, when they see each other through the fish tank.
Absolutely.
There's a scene like that. They're talking through a fish tank. Oh, and it just breaks your heart because we've all had that impossible love that it's never gonna happen, or it couldn't happen for different factors that are out of your hands, and it's heartbreaking. And I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie, and he's the lead on that movie, and I had no idea.
I got the director's name. It's Mateus Bize.
Matteo Bice,
Matias
Matias
Bice.
Bice.
Matias
Yeah.
Bice.
Yes, great. I want to work with him so
It is
bad after that
the
movie.
translation is The Life of Fish. So I have it on.
The Life
Yep.
of Fish. Okay,
So-
perfect. Oh my God, I recommend to everyone to see it. When I promise, my heart dropped when he told me that he was the guy. I was like, there's no way. And it was amazing.
People have stories like that. One of the actors from Game of Thrones, met the lead singer of Coldplay and didn't know who he was and said, oh, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm a singer. It's like, well, maybe you'll make it someday. Keep going.
No.
I mean, it happens
You know
all
what?
the time.
We're
So,
always on our journey. There's always room to
Do-
grow and progress.
Yes,
So
of course.
like I will get recognized sometimes, right? But I was wondering, do Trekkies like recognize you on the street from Picard? Maybe you haven't been in, or from Peacemaker right now. Like, do you do like the Star Trek convention scene? Have you ever gotten into that whole thing, or are you too busy?
I haven't, but Heather, I was listening that you said you had 14 conventions next year.
I do. Yeah.
I want to get into it because I do like meeting people and I do like hearing their stories. I'm a people person. So I feel like I would enjoy. We did autographs with Garachi. We did a
Mhm.
lot of meet and greets and autograph signings in malls in Latin America. And I was thriving. I love it. I have fun. I jump with people and I really love interacting. So I feel like I would have fun doing them, but I haven't done them yet. I haven't.
You should host a podcast if you like talking to people. I mean, seems like the kind of thing you'd be a natural at, just getting to
Yeah.
chat. It's my favorite part about it, just getting to talk to people about their interests and things they like.
Right. I
Mhm.
had a podcast in Spanish 8 years ago before they blew up in Spanish because podcasts have always been a thing in English,
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
but not in Spanish. And I did a podcast where I would talk about mental
Mhm.
health and like
Yeah.
anxiety and depression and all this. And I did it for a little bit and then I stopped because they're a lot of work.
Well, you're
Yeah.
busy. I mean, especially now that you're a member of this up and coming cinematic universe, the DCU. So I got to talk to you about Argus agent Sasha Bordeaux. There's so many questions to ask. So first of all, um, you didn't originally audition for this role. Is that correct? Did I hear that right? Who did you
Correct.
audition for?
I auditioned for the engineer on Superman.
And you would have been
Interesting.
great.
And
that,
and
yeah.
yeah, and I read with James, and that's how he met me in person and how I met him. And yeah, but I think I Gabby, the girl that got it, was in Gratitude with me. Do you know
Oh,
that?
interesting.
No, I
What a
didn't. That's
small
awesome.
so James is so what I'm learning is
Wow.
James is just the biggest
Yes.
Gotcha fan.
Yes.
Yeah, he must
That
be.
is a fact.
He was at the tour
And
and the shows. He followed you
in
guys to
fact,
every
Jay
city
is
throughout
Wait,
Mexico.
what is this? James Gunn is going to produce the reboot that's happening
Oh my
where
God, the
Mercedes
movie.
is a witch?
It will
Please.
officially
What?
join.
What?
Hey, if this Paramount Warner Brothers purchase goes through,
Happens.
they'll have the same
Then
umbrella company, can all be connected in one universe. So maybe that'll happen.
you guys just figure it out.
You
Yes.
never know.
I
Well,
know. Can you believe that though?
That's
That Gabby,
wild.
that Gabby engineer was in Gratitude with me.
That's wild.
That's
Is there
incredible.
anyone else in the DCU who is in Gotcha?
Not as of now, but I wouldn't be surprised if he casts any other my friends which are super talented and they're killing it and they're still acting and doing their thing and they look amazing. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Sasha's in the comics, started off in the Batman comics and then really grew and kept going and evolving. Now she didn't even start off a cyborg like she is in the show. This is after episode 5, which is as far as I have seen. So that's where we are with spoilers. We can mention the
Okay,
cyborg thing.
good. I never
Just so you
know
know,
what I can say.
yeah,
Okay.
no, we're not. Please don't say anything about episodes 6, 7, 8 because I'm not. They haven't sent us screeners, so I don't know. But how much of when you do a role based on a comic character like this, did you research? Did you read comics? Like, what level of preparation do you do for this kind of thing?
So yes, the most information I can get to me is very, very useful. I'm not the kind of actor that maybe is just like, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like I need and I want and I thrive as much information I can get from every source. So I spent months just reading everything I could online. And I I said this at the Comic Con panel that I had made I think like a 50 question
Oh my
list
gosh.
for James Gunn about the character. And I drafted everything from like, why is she doing it? Why is she saying this? Where did she come from? Why did she do this? In the comics, like all type of questions. And it was like 40 questions. And I couldn't send it to him because he's such a busy guy
He really is.
that I was like, why am I he doesn't have time for this.
Well,
He's doing so many things. So I didn't send it to him. And I was like, let me just figure it out myself. I regret it. I feel like he would have given me so much information that I could have.
Well, I was going to say he has a pretty great brain trust behind him. I mean, Tom King, who's going to come on the show at some point, all these people who know DC Comics, work for DC
Yeah.
Comics, are there too. But
Yeah.
I mean, so far you're killing it in the role. Like in places, it seems like, yeah, I love when I watch a comic book adaptation and I'm like, yep, that's the character. Like it just feels like
Oh,
it's brought to life, and you're doing that with her.
that means the world. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Her history goes to some pretty strange places. So what is it about the research you did or about her character? Like I've heard actors say sometimes you need like the unifying thought that tells you who the character is. You know what I mean? What is it about that character that you identified and said, this is who she is? Do you have like a guiding light for her?
I was gonna say, like, was there a particular storyline or issue that you read that really resonated with you for the character?
I feel like, so I read everything online. One of the main things, obviously, that stands out is that she worked for Bruce Wayne and like
Mm-hmm.
all of this. I feel like then from the comics, the storyline of they make her after she went to jail for not snitching, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they recruited her from Argus and made her a
Mm-hmm.
cyborg,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Some sort of
yeah.
like that, something like that.
Oh, Mac, yeah.
Yes. So that has nothing to do with the character on Peacemaker. So like I did kind of was able to get some sort of her essence, like hard worker, badass, like mission driven, just very focused, strong woman. But then the rest doesn't do anything for me in the world of Peacemaker. So it was more so
Mm-hmm.
of like reading the scripts and what James wanted me to be for this
Mm-hmm.
storyline and what he wanted from me in this story in the Argus world, in the Peacemaker world. So I read everything to kind of get a sense of her. Um, but then what I did was just like submerge myself in the
Mm.
scripts and what James wanted me and what he would direct me on set, and the other directors would ask for me, Greg Motola on set, and
Oh, you did some great
Alicia Jones.
episodes
I
so far.
know,
Yeah,
right?
so good, so good. Those 2
Greg
fights
is
that he did, I mean,
so.
so great, and known for
Mm.
comedy too. And he
Yes,
came in with a couple of
exactly.
great
He
action scenes.
he was
Yeah.
thriving from those scenes of all of us like fighting and like just I also like James writing. So it was a combination of everything. It was a combination of like also bouncing off Steve, that has been doing this from first season, that has worked with James for so long. Frank's, like tough
Mm-hmm.
exterior, interior, and like being so funny. It was a combination of everything, of what I read online, plus scripts, plus James, plus Jen and John Cena, everyone on set, and kind of like bouncing off them to see what the tone was. It was just a combination of everything, and then bring in my personality and like what I liked for the character as well.
I have another question about her character. Do you feel like she, again, I haven't seen episodes 6, 7, 8. Do you feel like she owes a lot of personal loyalty to Rick Flag Sr.? Like, that's one thing in this past episode that I noticed for the first time, because you got a lot more, time in episode 5 to kind of flesh out who she is. Do you think, is he responsible? Maybe this is a spoiler and you can't say, but in your mind, was he responsible for her implants, for her saving her life? Or do you think she's just looking to climb up the Argus ladder? Like, how did you choose to play her?
I think yes. So I think that she sees him as someone that is giving her this huge opportunity to be a part of this team and follow this, missions that she wants to work on so bad, and sees him as someone that she would like to be like, right?
Okay.
Before she starts realizing things here and there and starts seeing his agenda, his personal agenda, I feel like then she goes through a journey of like, oh, my loyalty, where do my loyalty resides? Because she starts realizing things. And I think she plays it off to her favor. She does want to go up that Argus ladder and become someone very important that makes decisions. But also, like, she wants to serve this country and serve the world. So I think she goes through a little bit of a conflict there throughout the rest of the season that's coming up, to see what she's going to end up doing, and, if this is really serving her moral and values as well.
Yeah, the thing so far in the show too, like Rick Flag is somebody I watched Creature Commandos, and I don't know
Hmm.
if you did
I
you
did.
read
I
did you
did.
watch that? Okay, yeah. So
Yes.
and in that show, he's a very moral, sympathetic person. In Superman, he's a very moral, sympathetic person. In this show, though, I would love to talk to Frank Grillo about the change in him, because he becomes so driven and seeking revenge. You start to see him be emotionally manipulative, like with Harcourt. When he says, "Call me Rick," you think, "Oh, he's being fatherly." But then he says the same thing to Sasha, and I'm starting to sense
Yes.
that he's more emotionally manipulative. It's interesting how he seems like such a moral person, but then presents that. Do you feel like Bordeaux is kind of getting pulled between that, like at this point in episode 5 at least, did you feel like she's kind of more coming under his wing, or is she not fooled by that?
I think that she is being pulled by him because he's completely and totally using her to his advantage and to try to get as close as Peacemaker and seek that revenge that he's after so badly. And I think at the beginning she sees it, but then she's maybe giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's been such a correct and proper, person this whole time. And I think he somewhat understands his pain, just how we all would, a
Mhm.
son getting killed. But I think that it just starts going too far right now from 5 and on. And she senses that, and it becomes a conflicting situation for her. She realizes she's being, used to his advantage like that. And
Well, she's very
Mm.
cold. I mean, when she sees him, beating up John Cena, she doesn't know what the hell she knows what he's in there to do.
Right.
So I'm interested to see her arc and where she goes. Again, we're putting this out before episode 6, 7, 8, so I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But she seems very layered and nuanced, especially
Yeah.
considering she's part machine.
I
think that
know, I know.
she'd
She
be
is
more
part
cold.
machine, but and people ask me this a lot. She's part machine, but not necessarily in the sense of like she has lost sense of morality and
Mhm.
feelings and empathy. So yeah.
But the engineer had, which is interesting. The other part you went out for, another cyborg who deliberately, there's dialogue in the movie that says that I sacrifice my humanity, and so you get to play like a little more of the human on the human range of that.
It's got to be interesting too, like playing the cyborg that's not devoid of emotion, as we just said, but a little cooler, so to speak, in a show that can lead like very dark comedy,
Yeah.
as opposed to, a lot of your previous work, like Picard was a very serious show, though it had some brevity at times. The Lifetime show was, more on the serious, dramatic
Yes.
end. So what is that
Yeah.
like getting to, play in the more comedy side of things for you?
I love it. I love it so much. So Grachi was a sitcom,
Right.
a multi-camera sitcom. So I that's how I started, and I thrived from it. I loved it. I got a hold of it right away. I know how to do the punchlines. I know how to be the comedic relief. But like what bums me out is that in Peacemaker,
You're the
I'm not.
serious. Yeah.
I'm not. And
Yeah.
it kills me. It
I
kills
think you're
me
the
so
only
much.
competent Argus agent in the
Oh, and
entire
I
show.
hate it.
Like I really
I
do.
hate
Like,
it.
and I'm glad to see. At first, I thought that was your purpose on the show, was to just be the person who's the only one who knows what she's doing. But then this last episode, man, really introduced some pretty nuanced stuff for your character, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, yeah. I hate not being the funny one. I hate being the serious because everyone's having a blast, and then I have to be
Yeah.
there with like oh, it kills me.
Why did you do that? I had a clean
Yeah.
shot. You have to like come in there and be that gruff person with that.
I
But
know,
yeah,
I know, but it's fun because it's very different from my own
all of
personality.
this means is that there's room to grow, right?
Yes.
Room for the
Yeah.
character.
Always,
Um,
always.
But you
Yes.
did have fun, I'm assuming, in the dance
Yep.
sequence. And I know every
I
time there's a
did.
Peacemaker interview,
Oh,
we
I
have to ask about the dance sequence. At a certain points in the dance, I noticed they had kind of cheated you to the front. Were you at times the dance captain, given your performing arts background?
Yes, I was. Tim was relying on me a lot.
And the
Frank as
choreographer?
well. Tim was all the time. We were practicing on the side all the time, and I was helping him as much as possible. I was
Oh, Tim
supposed to be
Meadows.
Tim Meadows. Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Sorry, so sorry. Yeah.
Tim Meadows.
God, he's so
And
great.
I enjoyed it. Those 2 days were of the funnest days I've ever had in my life because the whole cast was together and we're just having a blast. It was so much fun. I loved it.
Did it hurt at the end when the eagle walked on you?
Yeah. He has
bet.
very sharp
Claws.
Yeah.
Is it claws?
Talons,
Talons, claws, yeah.
When he walked over me, I was a little bit like, like I got poked a little bit.
But you know what? You held it really well, and that's when I knew you were a great actor, because I watched that and I was like, if an eagle would have walked on me, I would be screaming in pain, but you held it together for your art. which we really
Thank you.
appreciated.
Thank you. That's an honor to hear from you. Yeah, thank you. My acting was great.
You talk about how much fun it was on the set. James Gunn's another person, kind of like Terry Matalas we mentioned earlier. Actors love him. It seems like that his work creates a real collaboration. Now, he didn't direct any episodes of the season, did he? Like,
Of course.
he did? Which one?
Yes, he did one,
Oh,
6 and 8.
oh, he
If
did
I'm
6? Okay, well, no, I wouldn't know that. See, I haven't seen 6 and 8 yet, but he did do 1. That's on me.
I
So,
am pretty sure he did those 3. If not, it's like 1, 7, and 8, something like that.
okay. Well,
Yeah,
what
and
is
the
it about
intro.
working with him, like the collaboration, the spirit that's on set, you think that's something that, you know, what makes it a special time?
I mean, it's insane because he created it, he wrote it, and then he's directing. The whole set is just in a sense of like peace and confidence because we have the person that wrote this, the person that
Mhm.
created this as our leader. He knows what he wants. We're not doing extra takes for nothing, just in case. There's no just in case. He knows. When he got it, he knows. We move on. Everyone that has a question goes directly and asks him, and he answers you at the moment. We don't have to ask somewhere else. They don't have to ask someone else. It's just a sense of like confidence and peace and just like exploring everyone's um he lets you improvise. He scream lines for you to say them at the spot from his microphone. You can hear him laughing in the village. It's
Hmm.
so much fun. It's truly of the best experiences of my I've been doing this for 16 years now, and it's of the best experiences of my life to have James on set directing. It truly is. And he trusts you. He gives you the character and lets you do what you want. He lets you have fun. He's having fun. It's amazing.
Nice.
I've heard that,
Yeah.
that not only is it a fun set, but it's just competent. When you get a filmmaker,
Oh,
when you hear about the great directors, the Coen brothers, Sidney Lumet, like what separates is just knowing your craft so well that the actors feel like you have a space to operate without
yeah.
worrying about going over time or, 17-hour days, for
Yeah.
example.
Yes.
Of course, you're
Not
not doing
anymore.
50 episodes a season. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
You're just there to do your job, and just like they're there to do their jobs, and it makes it like you're able to play then,
Everyone.
right? Like,
Everyone is doing their job at the top of their
yeah.
game. So you're not worrying about like, where's my gun? Where's my ring? Wait, but wasn't I wearing a jacket? Wasn't I coming from? No, you let go because everyone is on top of their game, and like the most competitive,
Yeah.
competent set ever. It's great.
What about improvisation? Is that encouraged on set?
He does towards the end when we have gotten the shot that he wants and that he had in mind and that he had planned. Once he gets that shot, he can let you improv a little bit, or he will tell you the lines off the mic for you to say
Oh,
them
okay.
on the
Okay.
moment.
How comfortable are you with that kind of thing? And well, I don't know if your character even lends herself to improv very well because you have to
That's
be
the
the
thing.
heavy, you know?
That's the thing. My character doesn't get to improv a lot. And also, I am not as confident because English is my second language.
Yeah.
So, like, let me improvise in Spanish and I'll be amazing. But then in English,
Sure.
I need seconds to translate and think
Mm.
if it makes sense. Also, English and Spanish is conjugated differently.
Right.
We say words before and then English after. So, like, all of that makes me slower. So, it doesn't make me the best at improvising. And also, my character doesn't have room for that. So, actually happy
Your
for that
character
matter.
can improvise with looks, just like really
Yes.
stern looks.
And like a
Cyborg
power
eye
walk.
looks.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Looking ahead to the DCU, like James Gunn's laid out this whole slate of stuff. There's new stuff that's secret and is getting announced all the time. Just in general, is there a DC character, story, anything, universe movie that you would love to be a part of or you would love for Bordeaux to be a part of?
Yes, I would love to be in the next Superman. I would love to be in the new Batman.
Mhm. I mean,
And
you need to be. Your character is a Batman character.
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so, but it's not guaranteed. I just pray that James writes me in. The other day, I was at a birthday party and Lars was there. Lars is the executive producer for Superman and Peacemaker and most of the things that James does. And I was like, Lars, I'm still waiting for my call for Superman and Batman. And he just laughed it and walked away. And I'm like, oh, please.
Did he tell you anything about Batman? Because over here, we'll take any scrap of news and like,
I hear Batman is going to be in it.
oh yeah, okay, that's
So,
done. That's a video. We can get 15 minutes out of that scoop easy. Thanks, Heather. I'm just gonna jot that down right now.
No,
That's a
I
lot
don't
of
know
fun.
anything about Batman. I don't know anything. He didn't tell me anything. I pray that I can be in it. It would be such a dream.
Well, she's a lot of fun. Again, I haven't seen the last 3 episodes, but if you're asking to be in things, I'm going to presume she survives. Even if she doesn't, it's comic books. Characters come back all the
Characters come
time.
back all the time, except Ben Reilly and Bruce Wayne's parents. Those are the only rules.
Ben Reilly came back though, didn't he? Didn't he become a supervillain?
Or not Ben Reilly, Uncle Ben. Ben Reilly.
Uncle Ben, yeah,
Yeah.
no, Uncle Ben, yeah, unless it's an Elseworlds thing.
Uncle Ben and Batman's parents. Those are the only two.
But see, that list used to be longer. It used to
I
have
know.
Bucky and Jason Todd. So look,
Well, and
we're
now in what is it? Absolute Batman. I think is it Bruce's mom is around. I think. Yeah.
yeah, and that's a
So
great comic. Actually, so you should read that if you want to just pick up a random Batman comic that has
Yes.
nothing to do with your character. It's kind of like a Elseworld
it's
story
an
of
alt
Batman.
universe Batman
Yeah.
story.
Right.
Okay.
And he's
That's
poor.
interesting.
It's Batman growing up poor. And it's interesting to see how
Can I find
much
that
of the same he
You
is.
can
online?
you can find
Yeah.
it. Yeah. You
on
can
the
find
app?
it
Good.
digitally. Yep.
If you want,
Okay.
you could probably talk to a guy named James Gunn, get a free subscription to the app. If you don't have one already, I think he'd pull some strings for you over at DC Comics.
Probably, yes.
We're going to move over to our segment called Hear Me Out. Now, if you're new to the show, Hear Me Out is where we just throw out anything we want. Could be a theory, could be an opinion. So you are welcome to join if you want. If you're Hear Me Out, if you want to do, I want to do that they should make a Grouchy movie with a $400 million budget, you can throw that out if you want, or you can be a spectator. I am notorious for forgetting about this segment. I don't have anything right now, but there's no guarantee I won't have one in 30 seconds to 5 minutes later. Heather, you got one for me?
So I'm going to follow up
Ooh.
on a thing that we chatted about briefly, ever so briefly, on the channel a couple episodes ago. I was you'd asked me what shows I was watching. I told you I was watching The Hunting Wives, and I finished show's excellent. They just announced season 2. Cannot wait. So stoked. And I'm definitely a big fan of reading the source material. As we all are. And I'm in the middle of reading the book. I will caveat that I haven't finished yet. I have like 80 pages to go, but this is one of the rare instances. Well, I will say the show is better than the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very often.
The show is better. The show is messier. It's twistier. There's like extra plot points that just are not in the book that I was shocked are not in the book. Very, very rare circumstance that happens. Yeah.
Do you have a Hear Me Out? If not, we'll move on. I got one.
No, I'm good. Please
Okay,
go
all
ahead.
good. Heather, you were talking about adaptations of things, and I think, so let's talk about Game of Thrones for a second. Sol, have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay. I think Game of Thrones season 6, I prefer it to season 5. Because I think season 5, because they changed so much from the books, they didn't really know what to adapt with the Sand Snakes, and they had a lot more potential there than we got to see. But season 6, they worked off an outline for book 6 that was more fleshed out than what they had for season 7. So I think the narrative structure was more in place. And, season 6, people kind of poop on it sometimes. That had some great episodes. That had the Sept blowing up. It had finally resolving the Marine storyline, Battle of the Bastards. All that was within like 3 episodes in season 6. That's my hot take on that.
Season 6 was the final season of Game of Thrones that I ever watched. And I can't disagree with any of this because I never watched
There you
7
go.
and 8. So
Wow. You weren't curious?
have I not told you my Game of Thrones story?
No, but I have to now.
So I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I didn't have HBO at the time that it was, out. But I did hear about every single episode because every Monday morning in the Marvel offices, it was always the little Game of Thrones chatter that everyone always had. So I always heard about it, but I never watched it. And I started dating this guy like right before season 6 was starting, and he was really into Game of Thrones, and he was like, no, you have to watch it. And so he forced me to watch episode 1, and I gave afterwards, he's waiting for the review, and I give the most Heather Antos review of anything I've ever given in my life. And I was very earnestly, very seriously, the sound mixing is excellent in this show. was my takeaway from episode 1
Which
of
it
Game of Thrones,
was.
which it was. It
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
excellent.
It's really, really well mixed show.
Dead
Yeah.
serious about that. But I was like, all right, let me see what the deal with the show is. And so I got at the time it was like you got a free 30 days, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched all of season 1 through 6 in 1 month.
Oh my God.
I watched all
Wow.
of it. I think I did all of season 5 in a day.
Wow.
I'm an insane person. But I watched all of it so I could get up to season 7 or season 7 the premiere and like decide whether or not I wanted to pay for HBO.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I watched that first episode and was just kind of like, it's fine.
Wow. That's how much
Aw.
fuck fish. That's incredible.
And then I was like, yeah, if I ever want to finish it, I'll finish it. But because of
Well-
everyone's takeaway of the final season, I don't think I'm ever going to.
See, I'm
Oh
not
my
like
God.
that. I will finish a show, even if I'm like, I don't like where they're taking this. I have to see what happens to
Just
the
to see,
characters.
yeah.
I'm such a completionist.
I normally am, but because at the time, like it wasn't in the budget. I didn't want to pay for HBO, and now so much time has passed. It's like one of those, like maybe in 10 years I'll watch all of it. Like maybe I'll go back and like start over and watch all of it. But I just don't care.
Well, so, we have to say to everybody out there, please subscribe to HBO Max
For
or just
Peacemaker.
Max. Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
up to
for
date on Peacemaker,
Peacemaker,
I will say.
Please.
Peacemaker it's so good. I can't believe I got to talk to you today, that Heather and I got to talk to you.
Please.
Thank you so much for stopping by. We
Thank
really
you.
do
Yes.
appreciate
No,
it.
thank you so much.
And
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
We have an outro to do.
We do.
Again, want to remind you guys, ScreenCrush has a show at City Winery. Heather's on the convention circuit. You can find links to everything down below. And of course, check out Peacemaker. The last 3 episodes, they must be great because they won't let us see them with screeners. I have been here with Heather Antos.
And I've been here with Ryan Airy.
See you guys next time. Thank you.